The hell did I put my flathead? Chain locker birthed me. Cable that's supposed to go to the control wasn't even connected. Tupperware is big enough. Oh, it looks like it might be. It stopped. Welcome to the Aqua-Cultured channel, featuring my 1989 44-foot DeFever offshore cruiser. And myself, Ashley Ringlespaw, aka Captain Butch. Join me as we perform some boat maintenance and repairs and enjoy the benefits that come with this amazing lifestyle. I have been living aboard for the last 12 years, and I look forward to sharing with you what I have learned and the experiences that happen along the way. This is the Aqua-Cultured life. Hey everybody, welcome back aboard Motor Vessel Aqua-Cultured. So I have a lot of stuff coming up. So just to give you an idea of the timeline, right now we're coming up on mid-April of 2023, so we're getting close to summertime, and that is going to push me to do my next project. But before I get into that, I actually have to haul out my boat to do some planned work in the yard, mainly driven by the necessity to do my out-of-water insurance survey so that I can renew my insurance for the next year. I have to haul my boat out every 3 years to do an out-of-water survey. So I'm going to get that done. I'm going to get my bottom job done. I'm going to get a couple of other projects done that I can only get done out of the water. And I have a long list of projects because I am planning to go to the Keys this summer for a couple of months, for the first couple of months of summertime. Who knows, I might stay longer than that as long as a hurricane doesn't chase me out of there. But I'm pretty excited to get back down there. The last time I had this boat down in the Keys was in Key West back in 2016, I think. I spent a couple of months down there. But this time around, I'm going to go to the Middle Keys. Been to Key West enough. It's cool down there. You can party. It's in a cool atmosphere, of course. But I'm going to spend most of my time in the Middle Keys, which I'm really excited about. So, got a long list of projects to do before I get to that point. And am I going to get all the projects done? Probably not, but hopefully the main ones on the list will get checked off. So for the first order of business, since we are quickly approaching summertime, it's already been getting close to 90 degrees during the day. So I want to get my Ford air conditioner replaced. So if you remember, a few months ago I replaced my aft air conditioner unit, so now it's time to do the forward. I've had to repair refrigerant leaks on that unit probably a half a dozen times now. It's still the original unit from when this boat was built in 1989. So if you recall, this vessel has 3 zones of air conditioning. So the aft stateroom has its own air conditioning zone, then the salon, which is midship, and then the forward stateroom. So the midship area came with a self-contained unit, which has the condenser and evaporator and blower all in one little compact unit, and then the aft and forward stateroom have split systems. So the evaporator and condenser are in 2 different locations. So the condensing unit is in the engine room, where the evaporator and blower are in the respective staterooms. So I've already replaced the main salon unit and the aft unit, both with self-contained Marinaire systems, which they've been running great. The salon system now I've had in service for about 3 years, and then the aft unit now has been running for just under a year. I've been really happy with them, and like I said, I've got a 16,000 BTU in the salon, and I have a 9,000 BTU in the aft stateroom. And then now I'm going to be changing out the split system to a self-contained Marinaire system for the forward stateroom, which also helps cool the main salon. So it's very important, especially in the summertime, to have that unit operational because it helps out this 16,000 BTU unit keep the main living space comfortable and cool during the summertime. So you can see right here there's a duct that the forward air conditioning blows through, and then down the stairs here to the forward stateroom you can see the other duct there for the forward AC unit to cool down the forward cabin. And then the unit is actually located in this closet. So we're going to be pulling the evaporator and blower out of this little cubby hole. And there's a bunch of crap in here because that's all the stuff that went into this closet. And then in the engine room is where the compressor condensing unit is, and we're also going to remove that, which will free up some nice space in the engine room. So that is the benefit of having self-contained units, is they're more compact, they take up less space. So I'm pretty excited about getting the third and final unit replaced on this boat. Now, one dilemma I am facing is the size of this space. So I have to get that unit out, measure the space to see what I can fit. So I have a 9,000 BTU unit in the aft stateroom, which is kind of overkill for the aft stateroom. That thing blows a massive amount of air. This is currently also a 9,000 BTU unit. So my line of thought here is I would like to remove this, of course, and then put my aft 9,000 BTU system up into this cubby hole for the forward stateroom and shared salon space. And then the aft stateroom, I would like to get a new 6,000 BTU unit, which is a smaller compact unit, as the space back there is quite small. And if you remember from my previous video, that unit kind of sticks out in the closet. So if the space will allow to put my 9,000 BTU unit up here, it would be great, because since it is a more powerful unit, it will be great for cooling the main salon space as well. And then I don't need such a big unit in the aft stateroom, so a 6,000 BTU unit will be perfect back there. All right, so I've got the refrigerant lines disconnected. I've got the electrical cut to the blower, which I verified that there was no current going to the blower before I cut that line. And I always tend to forget about the condensate line. So the drain line, which comes through this bottom shelf here from the pan. So as the air conditioner sweats and it puts condensate into the pan, it's got to drain down into the bilge. So I got to remove that hose so I can get this unit out of the closet. The hell did I put my flathead screwdriver? I swear. You set it down one moment and it's gone the next. And it's within this 3 feet of space. Where did it go? Where in the world? Oh, found it. It's under my bag. It's a little thing. There she is. This thing's been running since 1989. It's pretty amazing. Alright, there's the space. So you can see the old refrigerant lines. That's where the duct goes. And that thing in the back is a mud dauber nest. You never know what you're going to find. Oh, there's another one right there. You never know what you're going to find when you get digging into stuff. The previous owners used to haul this boat out for probably the summer season, and if you don't plug up all the holes around the boat, mud daubers, which are like kind of like wasps, can get into the boat and they'll build nests and clog up vent lines and stuff like that. So that's been in there for a while. There's no living critters, but it's lovely. And the thermostat, little air temperature sensor, which has this little copper cable that's supposed to go to the control, wasn't even connected. So who knows what the actual temperature was in here when the unit was running, because this was not hooked up. So that's kind of funny. Alright, so I am down in the engine room here with the second half of the Ford air conditioner. So this is the condensing unit, and if you remember from my last video, the aft AC condensing unit was over in this space. So now I need to disconnect the water lines. I've already disconnected the refrigerant lines, and then we'll disconnect the electrical and get this thing out of here. We'll have all that space freed up to put whatever the hell I want to put there. Alright, so we've got the condensing unit off of the skid there. And one other thing to point out for another reason why I want to get rid of these is these also do condensate when they're running. And you can see the wood here is kind of rotted from its base, and as it condensates it will drip right down onto my stabilizer, and it has electrical components there, so we don't want that. So now it's gonna be nice and dry there. So that's a good thing. All right, the new air conditioning unit has arrived from Marinaire. It's in a nice little package here. It's a cute little guy. It's only a 6,000 BTU. It arrived in just 2 days because the company is based in South Florida, so it's nice and close. So we're gonna get this thing out of the package, put it in the cubby hole, see how it fits. I decided to probably just go with the 6,000 BTU up in the Ford compartment rather than moving my aft unit up there, because the aft unit is pushing the limit size wise to fit in that cubby hole. But we'll see. I'll put this in there and see how it fits, and you know, we'll just take it as it goes. And there it is, just a little package. That's the little electrical box that will mount near the unit. There's the blower that can be adjusted so you can fit your ducting properly. The compressor is right in that little sound shield. It's like a nice little unit. Alrighty, so we have the air conditioner all hooked up. It's wired in, plumbed in, the ducting is all hooked up, the brackets are in place to hold the unit in place when we're rocking around. It was definitely a tight spot, as you can see, with the ducting extending from the top, and of course with this unit you can rotate the blower, but the best orientation in this situation was straight up and down. I have, you know, it's kind of like a dryer duct T up there. I may end up changing that to a plastic fitting, but we'll see. I'll see if it condensates or whatever causes any other issues. But for now, it works. The challenge was, though, the space is tight because it was just the air handler that was in there. Now it's self-contained, all in one unit. So you've got the air conditioner unit plus the control box that has to be within the vicinity of the air conditioner. So that was definitely challenging. And of course you've got the little condensate drain line down there, so don't forget about that. And one nice thing about Marinaire is when you order one of these units, they will call you before they ship the unit to you to verify that, one, it's going to be used on a boat, two, that you have measured the space so it's going to fit when it arrives, and three, that you ordered the correct unit, because they have 120 volt systems and 220, so you got it, or 240, so you got to make sure you get the right one. So that's a nice courtesy that they give you. So everything worked out pretty good, although when I first started it up, the compressor was really loud, which is not normal for these Marinaires. Usually they're really quiet, and I thought it was, you know, just causing vibration with the cabinet here. So I put foam under there, tried to compress it down to get rid of the vibration, but it was still making a lot of noise. So I actually took off the sound shield and exposed the compressor, and I found out that there was just a loose washer in there, and I just had to tighten a nut and that noise went right away. So we're all good. I'm happy with it. This 6,000 BTU unit actually moves more air than the 9,000 BTU system that I had in here. So I think I'm gonna be pretty happy about it. It took 2-3 days to get this all situated, and although I couldn't dedicate all of my time to it, I had to do other things, but after 3 days I've got it all buttoned up and it's ready to roll. Alright, so here's the control pad down here. I'm gonna turn this bad boy on. You'll hear the blower kick on, moving lots of air, so some of the air is coming out back there, and the rest of the air is coming out from up there. So you can see the ducting going in those two different directions. And you should hear in just a few moments the compressor kick on. There it is. So fairly quiet. And then once we close this, it's even better. So call that a project well done. Coming up, I'll be working through my to-do list, including replacing fuel filters and working through fuel system related issues, cleaning out heat exchangers, removing raw water pumps for repair, servicing my anchor windlass, and finally hauling the boat out once again for survey and out-of-water projects. If you're enjoying my videos, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up and drop a comment below, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, if you're not floating, you're sinking. So stay afloat, my friends, and I'll see you next time.